My dear chosen one, listen closely, because this message is not a coincidence. It found you for a reason. You see, love is one of the most divine forces in existence. It heals, it transforms, and it awakens. But when you search for it in the wrong places, it does the opposite. It drains, deceives, and destroys. Many of God's chosen ones have been wounded, not because they loved, but because they went searching for love in places God told them not to go. The world teaches you to chase after love, to hunt it down, to settle for anything that feels warm for a moment. But God says, do not look for light in places filled with darkness, because what you think is love might just be a trap dressed in emotion, waiting to consume your spirit. Before we begin, if this message reaches your heart at the exact moment you needed it, then this is your confirmation that God is speaking directly to you. Type 1111 in the comments section to seal this message with divine alignment and blessings. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because every word shared here is meant to awaken you, strengthen your spirit, and help you walk in divine wisdom. Remember, the chosen ones are not meant to love blindly. They are meant to love divinely. Now, let us go deeper into the 9 places you should never go in search for love, because these are the very places God has warned are filled with hate and deception. 1. The place of desperation. Never go looking for love when your soul is desperate. Desperation is one of the most dangerous states a person can be in, because it blinds your discernment and weakens your spiritual defenses. When your heart is hungry, your standards lower without you even realizing it. You begin to confuse attention with affection, lust with love, and manipulation with care. You start calling toxicity passion and distance independence. The enemy understands this weakness well. He uses your longing as bait. He knows that when your spirit is starving for connection, you'll settle for crumbs instead of waiting for a feast. But remember, chosen one, God's love never demands you to beg. True love is not found in chasing, convincing, or proving your worth. It is found in peace, in alignment, and in timing. When love is divine, it won't make you anxious, it will make you calm. So before you go searching, take a step back and heal your hunger. Learn to fill your own cup with the presence of God. When your soul is full, you no longer cling out of fear. You give out of overflow. Desperation will make you run toward anything that looks like relief, but healing will teach you to wait for what is right. Be still, chosen one. When the time is right, love will not make you chase. It will recognize you, choose you, and meet you where you are whole. Until then, let your solitude become sacred, for it is better to walk alone in peace than to run toward love that was never meant to last. 2. The place of the past. You cannot find love in a place God already told you to leave. When you keep returning to what once hurt you, you're telling God that you trust your history more than His promise. Many chosen ones keep revisiting old relationships, hoping that this time the ending will be different. But going back to an old situation that broke you is like trying to resurrect something God buried for your protection. The past is a graveyard, and no matter how familiar it feels, it cannot hold your future. Some people are lessons, not lifetimes. God closed certain doors because He knew what you didn't, that love there would eventually destroy you. When you insist on reopening them, you delay the blessing that's meant to find you. Don't call it love if it keeps you chained to pain. Don't confuse nostalgia for divine instruction. You cannot walk into new seasons while holding hands with old patterns. When God removes someone, it's not rejection, it's redirection. You're not losing love, you're gaining freedom. The heart often looks back because it remembers the comfort of the familiar. But healing means learning to trust that what's ahead is greater than what's gone. Stop looking for life in what God has declared dead. Let the past stay buried. You can't receive new love while your hands are full of what was meant to end. Release it, mourn it, bless it, but then move forward because your promised land is waiting, and it's not behind you. 3. The place of appearance. Don't search for love in the realm of appearances, because everything seen is temporary, but the unseen, the heart, the soul, the spirit, is eternal. Beauty fades, money shifts, status crumbles, but the essence of who someone is remains. Too many people fall for the outer image and end up drowning in the shallow. The world teaches us to chase the glamorous, the polished, the physically appealing, but love is never skin deep. Chosen one, your soul is wired for connection, not consumption. What your spirit seeks is authenticity, not allure. A beautiful face can attract you, but only a beautiful soul can sustain you. Look deeper than what the eyes can see. If their spirit is cold, no amount of beauty can warm your heart. If their words are sweet but their energy drains you, that is not love, that is illusion. The enemy often dresses deception in appealing forms because he knows the flesh is weak. But God does not send love wrapped in vanity. He sends it clothed in humility, kindness, and peace. True love will not need filters or performance. It will feel safe, steady, and sincere. The person God sends will reflect His light, not the world's glamour. So guard your heart from shallow attractions. Don't be deceived by what sparkles on the surface. Seek what glows from within. Because when beauty fades and riches change, only character will remain. And if their soul doesn't honor yours, then their beauty is only a mask waiting to fall. 4. The place of the crowd. You won't find divine love in the crowd, because what is sacred rarely hides among the common. The crowd moves with trends, not truth. It chases excitement, not enlightenment. In the crowd, everyone is performing, projecting an image, seeking validation and craving attention. But real love doesn't grow in noisy places. It blooms in the quiet, where two spirits meet without masks. Chosen one, you must understand. Your love story is not meant to be like everyone else's. The love God has for you is not popular, it's purposeful. When you search for love among the loud and shallow, you will only encounter temporary connections and empty promises. The crowd thrives on distraction, divine love thrives on depth. Don't let loneliness drive you into social chaos. Step out of the noise and into solitude. It is in the stillness that God refines you and reveals who is meant for you. Love found in the crowd often fades as soon as the spotlight shifts. But love sent by God endures even in silence. Many miss their blessing because they refuse to separate from the masses. But chosen ones are set apart, not blended in. You are not meant to chase what everyone else chases. Your love will not come from popularity, it will come from alignment. So don't be afraid to walk alone for a while. The path to true connection often begins in isolation, because solitude is where clarity is born. And when God finally sends the one meant for you, you'll realize that leaving the crowd was the first act of real love for yourself. 5. The place of pleasure. Love does not live in the place of constant pleasure. In today's world, pleasure has been glorified to the point that many confuse it with intimacy. But there's a vast difference between what touches your body and what touches your soul. Pleasure can stimulate you for a moment, but love sustains you for a lifetime. The more you seek connection through instant gratification, the more your spirit becomes numb to depth. Lust whispers, "This feels right," even when it's wrong. It promises excitement, but leaves emptiness in its wake. Many chosen ones fall into this trap, thinking that being desired equals being valued. But desire alone is not devotion. Your worth is not measured by how many people want your body, but by how sacredly you guard your soul. When you chase pleasure, you feed the flesh. When you wait for love, you nourish the spirit. God's kind of love doesn't burn out after the moment. It endures through trials and time. The one meant for you will not come to consume you. They will come to cover you with peace. The world will tempt you with temporary satisfaction, but the divine will offer eternal connection. So guard your purity and your purpose. Don't give sacred parts of yourself to people who only want pieces. Love waits, lust rushes, love builds, lust breaks. And chosen one, remember, anyone can touch your body, but only the right one can touch your soul. Wait for the one who does both in the light of God, not in the shadow of temptation. 6. The place of wounded people. You cannot heal yourself by loving someone who refuses to heal. Many chosen ones have mistaken brokenness for depth, thinking that if they can just love hard enough, sacrifice deeply enough, or be patient long enough, they'll transform someone's pain into peace. But love was never meant to be a rescue mission. It was meant to be a partnership. When you take on the role of healer in a relationship where the other person denies their wounds, you don't fix them, you lose yourself. You cannot pour into someone whose spirit is still leaking. When a person hasn't confronted their pain, they project it. They hurt the very hands trying to help them. You end up becoming collateral damage in battles that were never yours to fight. Chosen one, remember, God did not call you to be anyone's savior. He already filled that role. You are called to love, yes, but not at the cost of your own wholeness. You can pray for them, you can wish them healing, but you cannot walk their journey for them. Love does not grow in the soil of chaos, it blossoms in the garden of peace, and if your peace keeps dying where they remain, that is your sign. It's time to release. The right love will not require you to shrink or bleed to prove your loyalty. It will not drain you, it will water you. Heal first. Become whole within yourself. When you are healed, you will no longer be drawn to people who need saving. You'll be drawn to those who are ready to build. Only then will you recognize the kind of love that mirrors God's heart, peaceful, patient, and pure. 7. The place of rebellion. Some people go searching for love in rebellion, out of spite, anger, or defiance. They say, "I'll show them. I'll find someone better." But love born from pride will never bring peace. When you chase relationships to prove a point, you step outside of God's alignment and enter the territory of deception. The enemy knows how to dress distractions as replacements. He knows how to send someone who looks like healing but feels like chaos. And because your heart is seeking validation instead of connection, you'll take the counterfeit as confirmation. But chosen one, revenge is not redemption. You cannot use another person to fill the space where your pain still lives. God's kind of love cannot be found through bitterness. It's found through surrender. Every time you try to prove your worth through another relationship, you delay your divine one. Because love that begins in rebellion always ends in regret. Be patient. Let God heal the wound that made you want to prove yourself in the first place. You don't need to show anyone what they lost, you need to remember who you are. Real love doesn't arrive through pride. It arrives through peace. So if your spirit feels rushed, pressured, or vengeful, that's not love. It's ego. Wait for the love that comes through stillness, the kind that doesn't compete or compare. Because when it's from God, you won't have to perform, you'll just align. Let your silence speak louder than your revenge. God is not delaying your love story. He's writing it in such a way that no counterfeit can take its place. 8th, the place of darkness. Chosen one, you will never find true love in dark environments. Light and darkness cannot coexist. One will always overpower the other. Many go searching for divine connection in places where God's presence cannot dwell. Clubs filled with lust, social circles built on jealousy, or relationships founded on deceit. But you cannot expect holy love in unholy places. The energy of darkness suffocates purity. It lures you with pleasure but binds you with pain. The reason God keeps pulling you away from certain people or spaces is not rejection, it's protection. Your spirit was not designed to thrive in environments polluted with negativity and moral decay. When your atmosphere is wrong, your discernment weakens and your spirit begins to dim. Protect your energy. Pay attention to how you feel in certain spaces. If your spirit feels heavy, that is God whispering, leave. Darkness might promise excitement, but it always leads to emptiness. God's love, however, leads to elevation. The person meant for you will not pull you deeper into temptation. They will lift you higher into purpose. They will not hide your light. They will help it shine brighter. Remember, divine love does not require you to compromise your faith or your peace. If you must lose yourself to keep someone, that is not love. It's bondage. Step into environments where your light is honored, not mocked. Surround yourself with those who speak life, not poison. The wrong atmosphere will always suffocate the right heart, but the right atmosphere will nurture the love that God has prepared for you. 9. The place of impatience. The final place you should never go in search of love is the place of impatience. Impatience is where many chosen ones fall, right before their blessing arrives. When you get tired of waiting, you start forcing connections. You convince yourself that almost right is good enough. You try to make things happen in your timing instead of trusting God's. But impatience will always lead you into counterfeits, because anything forced is not from the Father. The enemy loves to operate in your moments of weariness. He knows how to send someone who looks like the answer, but carries the wrong spirit. Remember this: the love that is meant for you will not come through confusion, mixed signals, or anxiety. It will come through peace. The one God sends will not make you question your worth. They will confirm it. Be still, chosen one. Your waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. God is refining you, molding you, teaching you how to love from a healed and whole heart. Every delay is divine protection from heartbreaks that would have derailed your destiny. When the time is right, love will flow naturally. You won't have to chase or control it. In the meantime, let God be your fulfillment. The more you rest in Him, the less you'll crave from others. Because when your heart is content in God, you stop mistaking loneliness for readiness. So wait, not with frustration, but with faith. The love written in heaven for you will arrive on earth at the perfect time, and it will be worth every moment of patience. This is the Zillion Mind channel. If this message resonated with your spirit, know that it was divine timing. God wanted you to hear this so you could stop searching for love in places that only drain your soul. You are not hard to love. You've just been looking in hard places. When you align your heart with God, the love meant for you will find you effortlessly. Remember, where God's presence is absent, love cannot thrive. If this message spoke to you right now, type 1111 in the comments for divine blessings and alignment, and make sure you subscribe, because your season of divine love is closer than you think. Thank you for watching. Chosen one, there comes a time in your journey when God elevates you not by lifting you onto a throne, but by allowing your presence alone to shake the thrones of the mighty. You may not realize it at first, but there is a divine power working through you, a spiritual authority that does not come from titles, wealth, or recognition. It comes from obedience, humility, and the quiet strength God planted in your soul. When God wants to humble the mighty, He often chooses someone the world least expects, someone overlooked, underestimated, or even rejected. That someone is you. You were not chosen because you were the loudest, the strongest, or the most popular. You were chosen because your heart carries a purity that cannot be bought, and a resilience that cannot be destroyed. The mighty often stand on external power, money, influence, appearance, or status. But you stand on spiritual foundation, And when God is ready to shift the atmosphere, He uses people like you to expose the emptiness of earthly arrogance. These signs will reveal why the mighty become uncomfortable, intimidated, or even humbled by your existence, long before you ever open your mouth. 1. The mighty feel threatened by your silence. Your silence speaks louder than their boasting. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your quiet spirit carries divine weight, a weight that shakes the foundations of those who rely on external noise to feel significant. When you enter a room, you don't enter with fireworks or theatrics. You enter with presence, with a spiritual stillness that cannot be imitated or fabricated. People who are used to dominating spaces with aggression, loudness, or ego suddenly feel an unfamiliar discomfort rising within them. It's not that you are doing anything dramatic or intentional. It's that your inner calm exposes the restlessness inside them. Your silence becomes a mirror they cannot escape. It reflects their insecurity, their fear of being insignificant without the showmanship they depend on. And when God chooses to use you to humble the mighty, He does not need you to make noise. He allows your stillness to carry a message. Your silence becomes a spiritual force field, one that reveals how empty loud authority can be when confronted with genuine inner strength. They feel threatened because they cannot read you, cannot predict you, cannot influence you, and cannot bend your spirit to their expectations. While others raise their voices to prove a point, you carry an authority that requires no volume. Silence, when backed by God's presence, becomes power, and the mighty, who are accustomed to being feared or respected because of their titles or positions, suddenly feel small in front of someone who holds no title yet carries spiritual weight. Your silence humbles them because it reminds them that true power is not noisy. It is steady, grounded, divine, and unshakable. 2. Their confidence shakes when you show up. The mighty may appear bold on the outside, walking with pride, projecting certainty, and maintaining an image of strength. But when God's chosen one walks in, something inside them trembles. Their confidence, which seemed so unbreakable moments earlier, begins to crack beneath the surface. You will see it in small, subtle ways. They begin fumbling over their words, over-explaining themselves, becoming unusually defensive, or suddenly trying too hard to impress people around them. They don't understand why your presence affects them this way, but you do. The anointing you carry is not just spiritual, it is atmospheric. It shifts the energy in the room. It exposes false confidence, artificial dominance, and the insecurities they have hidden behind power, status, titles, or material success. When you show up, the light of God shining through you forces them to confront truths they have avoided, their internal fears, their need for validation, their dependence on position to feel significant. You are not trying to intimidate them. It simply happens because your presence reveals the difference between human-made confidence and God-given assurance. They sense something in you they cannot name: strength without aggression, authority without shouting, influence without trying, power without ego, and that shakes them. They realize, even if they never say it out loud, there is something divine backing you, something they cannot manipulate, something they cannot compete with, something they cannot overshadow. This is why their confidence falters, not because of who you are alone, but because of who is walking with you. 3. They watch you more than they watch themselves. Chosen one. People who consider themselves mighty suddenly become observers in your presence. Individuals who normally command attention, who expect the room to revolve around them, begin shifting their focus toward you without even realizing it. They watch the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you react, the way you carry yourself, and even the way you breathe. They become students in classrooms they didn't plan to attend. And this is not because you are performing for them. It's because the authenticity you live with naturally draws eyes, naturally awakens curiosity, and naturally commands a respect that titles cannot purchase. When God is using you to humble the mighty, He turns your life into a silent sermon. You become a walking lesson, a breathing example, a demonstration of principles that they have never mastered. They are used to authority that comes from external positions, but you carry authority that comes from internal alignment with God. You are a living reminder that true greatness comes from character, integrity, resilience, and divine connection, not from status, not from money, not from social influence. And so they watch you more intently than they watch themselves. They begin comparing their reactions to yours, questioning their own motives, and even adjusting their behavior after seeing how effortlessly you navigate situations that overwhelm others. Your life exposes what they lack: groundedness, peace, truth, direction, and spiritual depth. They study you not because they want to praise you, but because something in you confronts something in them. They don't say it out loud, but internally they recognize that God is using your life as a measuring rod, not to shame them, but to awaken them. 4. They copy you quietly. When God uses you to humble the mighty, something remarkable happens. They begin to imitate you, often without ever admitting it. You may notice subtle shifts around you. Someone starts adopting a habit you naturally maintain, or mirrors the way you approach, challenges, organize your life, or carry yourself with calm authority. They attempt to replicate your style, your demeanor, even your decision-making patterns, because your authenticity exposes the superficiality of their authority. The mighty often rely on external trappings, titles, money, influence, or loudness, to maintain their image, but they see in you something they cannot manufacture: real substance, quiet confidence, and an inner power that comes from alignment with God. They want the results you achieve, the respect you command, and the influence you wield, but they are unwilling to walk the same path of discipline, resilience, and spiritual growth that brought you there. Their imitation, though silent, is revealing. They unconsciously acknowledge that your approach works, even when theirs fails. They study you like an unspoken blueprint, hoping to unlock the secret to your success without embracing the integrity and effort that made it possible. But God allows this imitation as a subtle way to humble them. They see excellence and instinctively desire it, yet they remain disconnected from the source that produces it. Your life becomes a mirror that reflects their gaps, insecurities, and dependence on outward power. And through this process they are forced to confront the truth. Real influence cannot be copied, it must be cultivated from the inside out. The mighty may attempt to mirror your actions, but they cannot replicate your spirit, and it is this very realization that humbles them. Every silent act of imitation is a testimony to your authenticity, a signal that God is elevating you in ways they cannot fake or control. 5. They feel small when they realize you can't be bought. Mighty people often assume that loyalty, attention, and influence can be purchased with benefits, gifts, flattery, or opportunities. They are accustomed to people bending, complying, or compromising for personal gain. But when God uses you to humble them, they quickly realize that your principles are untouchable. You operate on a level where your integrity is priceless and cannot be bribed, bargained, or swayed by worldly incentives. Your refusal to compromise on values, even under pressure, challenges their perception of control. They are forced to confront the uncomfortable truth that strength and power are not measured by what can be acquired or manipulated, but by what cannot be bought or corrupted. They see that your influence comes not from external rewards, but from spiritual depth, consistency, and alignment with a higher purpose. And this realization makes them feel small because everything they have relied upon, their status, their leverage, their wealth, cannot penetrate the armor of your integrity. They understand, consciously or subconsciously, that true respect and authority cannot be coerced. It must be earned, cultivated, and sustained from a place of authenticity. God uses your incorruptibility as a divine tool to expose how fragile their influence really is. When they witness your unshakable loyalty to what is right and your inability to be purchased, their pride begins to crumble. Their usual methods of dominance and control fail to operate against someone grounded in righteousness and divine favor. They become aware that no amount of effort, no clever scheme, and no status can undermine the values that guide your life. This awareness is a spiritual humbling, a quiet but profound recognition that God is using you as an instrument to demonstrate the enduring power of incorruptibility. 6. Your wisdom destroys their pride. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is insight, discernment, and understanding that transcends age, experience, and even formal education. When God uses you to humble the mighty, your words carry an authority that cannot be challenged because they come from a place of divine alignment. Even the most arrogant or self-assured individuals find themselves reconsidering previously unshakable beliefs when confronted with your perspective. Your speech is measured, thoughtful, and purposeful, yet it penetrates deeper than any loud argument or display of intellectual superiority could. They cannot dismiss your wisdom because it is grounded in experience, integrity, and spiritual insight that goes beyond superficial titles or social position. Each time you speak with calm authority, they are forced to face the limitations of their pride. They begin questioning things they once assumed as truths, and they feel a subtle unease as their certainty diminishes. This process is not about you proving yourself or winning an argument. It is about God using your life as a conduit of truth. Your wisdom illuminates what they lack: understanding, humility, and a connection to a higher source of knowledge. Pride, which has often allowed them to dominate and intimidate others, begins to erode because they recognize that real power does not come from showing off or exerting control. It comes from insight, clarity, and alignment with divine principles. Your knowledge humbles them silently as they see that your decisions, your clarity, and your foresight consistently reflect truth. Every interaction becomes a mirror, reflecting the inadequacy of arrogance when faced with genuine wisdom. And in that reflection, they are reminded that titles, wealth, and influence are meaningless without understanding, integrity, and a connection to God. 7. They can't manipulate you. Mighty people are often experts at controlling others. They rely on manipulation, intimidation, guilt, or pressure to bend situations to their favor. They have perfected the art of influencing people through fear, coercion, and strategic flattery, assuming that everyone will respond predictably. But when God is using you to humble them, all of their tactics fail. Every attempt to sway you falls flat, as if an invisible barrier shields your spirit. You are anchored in a foundation that is not of this world, rooted in divine alignment and moral clarity. You see through their strategies long before they are even fully articulated. Their usual methods of control, whether emotional, psychological, or social, are powerless against someone whose strength is derived from God rather than circumstance or ego. This resistance humbles them profoundly because it exposes the illusion of their authority. They realize that their influence is only as strong as the willingness of others to comply, and when they meet someone whose loyalty, decisions, and actions are governed by spiritual discernment, they confront the uncomfortable truth. Their power is limited, fragile, and temporary. God uses your ability to stand firm as a divine lesson, teaching them that true influence is earned through integrity, character, and alignment with higher principles, not through intimidation or manipulation. Every time they try to twist the narrative or exert control over you and fail, their pride diminishes. They are forced to confront the reality that power is not about forcing outcomes. It is about living with a quiet strength that commands respect naturally. Your unwavering stance becomes a testimony that real authority cannot be manufactured. It is cultivated from the inside out, and nothing external can shake it. This is a humbling experience for anyone who has relied on coercion rather than authenticity to assert their dominance. 8. Your favor annoys them. While the mighty expend efforts scrambling for attention, recognition, or opportunity, you find that blessings flow to you effortlessly. Doors open without knocking, support comes without pleading, and opportunities arrive without orchestrating or maneuvering for them. This is the supernatural favor of God at work, and it frustrates those who rely on networks, leverage, and influence to achieve results. The mighty are trained to believe that success is earned through connections, schemes, and exertion, but they see you thriving without any of the struggles or manipulations they expect. Your rise highlights a truth they cannot deny. Divine favor is unearned, unbought, and unstoppable. It works independently of human calculation and reveals a higher law at play, one that cannot be controlled by wealth, status, or intimidation. This supernatural support exposes their reliance on worldly methods and underscores their limitations. They watch in silent frustration as your growth, opportunities, and success appear natural, effortless, and aligned with a higher purpose. Each blessing you receive, each breakthrough, and each moment of recognition reminds them that human control is secondary to divine orchestration. They may try to compete, strategize, or even sabotage, but your favor cannot be hindered. This realization chips away at their pride because it demonstrates the futility of their attempts to control outcomes they cannot influence. God's hand in your life is visible to those who are watching closely, even if they cannot articulate it. The mighty are humbled, not through confrontation, but through the undeniable reality that some forces in life operate beyond manipulation, and you are living proof of that truth. 9. They realize God is with you. This is the ultimate sign, the pinnacle of divine intervention. At some point, even the most self-assured and mighty individuals recognize that something greater than human effort surrounds you. They may not vocalize it, may not even consciously articulate it, but deep inside they feel the presence of God at work through your life. Your resilience, your breakthroughs, your protection, and your spiritual growth all testify to a higher power guiding your steps. They see it in the way challenges are navigated effortlessly, in the way opportunities seem to align perfectly, and in the way your character remains unshakable under pressure. Fighting you becomes a terrifying proposition because they sense, even if only subconsciously, that opposing you is tantamount to opposing God Himself. This recognition humbles them completely. Titles, money, influence, networks, and strategies, once sources of pride and confidence, suddenly pale in comparison to the divine guidance that propels you forward. They are forced to confront the ultimate truth. Human power is transient, fragile, and often hollow without alignment with the Creator. Your life becomes a living testament to God's sovereignty and providence. When they sense that their schemes, influence, and authority are powerless against the hand of God, their pride crumbles. The mighty may bow not to you personally, but to the undeniable truth of God's work manifesting in your life. This realization transforms the dynamic entirely. It is no longer about human comparison or competition. It is about witnessing the supernatural elevation of someone chosen and guided. In that recognition, they are humbled, made to see that divine power surpasses all worldly might, and that God's chosen ones move under protection, favor, and anointing that cannot be contested, imitated, or defeated. Chosen one, if these signs resonated with your spirit, then understand this: God is preparing you not just to rise, but to reveal. Your life is a living testimony that true power comes from above, not from earthly positions. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it, make sure to subscribe, and as a prophetic act of alignment, type 1111 in the comment section to receive divine blessings, breakthroughs, and spiritual protection. Your elevation has already begun. Walk in it boldly. Thank you for watching.
My beloved child, stop right now. Listen closely. What I am about to tell you is not coincidence. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. I called you here. I called you by name. I see you. I see the weight you carry. I see the tears you cry in the darkness. I see the prayers you whisper when you think no one hears. Your answer has arrived. This is your moment. I need you to hear every word I speak to your heart right now. I know you are tired, my beloved child. I know. The exhaustion goes deeper than your body. It goes deeper than your bones. It has settled into your soul. You wake up already weary. You go to bed carrying tomorrow's worries along with today's burdens. Your mind races through the night. Your heart pounds with anxiety. You feel like you are drowning. Every time you try to catch your breath, another wave crashes over you. I see it all. Every sleepless hour. Every silent tear. Every moment you wondered if you could take one more step. But hear me when I say this. You are not alone in this fight. I am with you. I have always been with you. The strength you think you have lost, I am about to restore. Let me tell you about a woman who lived 2,000 years ago. You need to hear her story. It is your story. This woman had been bleeding for 12 years. 12 long years. Think about that for a moment. For 12 years, her body betrayed her every single day. She woke up bleeding. She went to bed bleeding. Month after month. Year after year. No relief. No rest. No healing. She spent everything she had on doctors. Physician after physician. Remedy after remedy. Prescription after prescription. Nothing worked. Nothing helped. In fact, she only got worse. The treatments made her weaker. The medicines drained her savings. The appointments brought only disappointment. But that was not even the worst part, my child. According to the law, her condition made her unclean, untouchable. She could not go to the temple to worship. She could not embrace her family. She could not hold a child. She could not feel the comfort of another human being. For 12 years, she lived in isolation. She lived in shame. She lived in pain that no one could see. Pain that no one could understand. Can you picture her? Sitting alone in her small house, watching through the window as families walked to the synagogue, watching as children played in the streets, watching as life went on without her. She was invisible. She was forgotten, or so it seemed. She had prayed. Oh, how she had prayed. Year after year, she cried out to me, day after day, night after night. And year after year, nothing changed. Can you imagine what that felt like? To pray and pray and pray and still wake up bleeding. Still wake up alone. Still wake up rejected. The whispers followed her everywhere. People crossed the street when they saw her coming. Mothers pulled their children away. Religious leaders shook their heads in judgment. They said she was cursed. They said she must have done something terrible to deserve such suffering. They said if I loved her, I would have healed her by now. And in her darkest moments, she wondered if they were right. Maybe she was forgotten. Maybe she was too broken. Maybe her prayers did not reach heaven. Maybe, just maybe, she was beyond help. She tried to have faith. She really did. But faith is hard when you are bleeding. Faith is hard when you are isolated. Faith is hard when every door has closed. Faith is hard when your body is failing. Faith is hard when people judge you. Faith is hard when the years keep passing and nothing changes. She would lie awake at night asking the same questions you ask. Why me? How long? Have you forgotten me? Do you even see me? Will this ever end? Does anyone care? Is there any hope left? Every morning brought the same disappointment. Every night brought the same despair. The hope she once had was flickering like a dying flame, almost extinguished, almost gone. Year 1, she had been hopeful. Year 5, she had been desperate. Year 10, she had been resigned. By year 12, she was barely holding on. Her money was gone. Her strength was gone. Her hope was nearly gone. But something inside her refused to completely die. Some small spark, some tiny flame, some whisper that said, maybe, just maybe, there is still a chance. Then one day, she heard that I was passing through her town. Jesus of Nazareth, the healer, the one who made blind eyes see, the one who made deaf ears hear, the one who made lame legs walk. She heard the stories. She heard about the leper who was cleansed. She heard about the paralyzed man who walked. She heard about the demon-possessed who were freed. And hope, that tiny spark, began to grow, small and fragile, like a candle in a storm. But it was there. It was alive. But then reality crashed in. How could she get to me? She was unclean. If anyone knew she was in the crowd, they would stone her. If she touched anyone, she would defile them. According to the law, she should not even leave her house. Going into a crowd could get her killed. The punishment for an unclean person entering a public space was severe. She knew the risks. She knew the dangers. But what did she have to lose? 12 years of this living death. Maybe actual death would be better. Or maybe, just maybe, she would find healing. So she made a decision. A desperate, faith-filled decision. She said to herself, if I can just touch the edge of his garment, I will be healed. Not even touch him. Just his clothes. Just the hem of his robe. That is all she needed. That is all she dared to hope for. Think about that faith. After 12 years of disappointment, after 12 years of failed remedies, after 12 years of unanswered prayers, she still believed that one touch could change everything. So she wrapped herself in a cloak. She pulled it low over her face. She covered herself completely. And she pushed into that massive crowd. People were everywhere, pressing, shoving, trying to get close to me. The noise was deafening. The crush of bodies was overwhelming. She could barely breathe. She was terrified. Someone might recognize her. Someone might expose her. Someone might drag her away and stone her. Every step was dangerous. Every moment was risky. But she kept going, step by step, push by push. She ignored the pain in her body. She ignored the fear in her heart. She ignored the voices in her head telling her she was not worthy. She pushed through. She fought through. She pressed forward. And then finally, she saw me. I was walking past. The crowd was thick. Bodies pressed on every side. But she reached out. Her hand was trembling. Her fingers stretched forward. And for just one moment, she touched the hem of my robe. Just a touch. The lightest touch. Her fingertips barely grazed the fabric, and in that instant, everything changed. The bleeding stopped. After 12 years of suffering, in 1 second her body was healed. She felt it. She knew it. The pain was gone. The weakness was gone. The bleeding had stopped. 12 years of torment ended in 1 second. She thought she could slip away unnoticed. She thought she could disappear into the crowd. She thought she could carry this secret miracle home with her. Hide it. Treasure it. Keep it safe. But I stopped walking. I turned around, and I asked, who touched me? My disciples thought I was joking. The crowd was pressing in from every side. Everyone was touching me. Dozens of people, hundreds of people. But I knew someone had touched me in faith. Someone had drawn healing power from me. This was not an accidental brush. This was a faith connection. This was different. And this woman, terrified now, fell at my feet. She was shaking. Her whole body trembled. The secret was out. Everyone would know. Everyone would judge. Everyone would condemn. But she told me everything. The 12 years. The doctors. The money, the shame, the desperation, the fear, the faith, every detail, every painful memory, every humiliating moment. And when she finished, I looked at her, really looked at her, not with judgment, not with disgust, not with condemnation, but with love in my eyes, with compassion in my voice, with tenderness in my heart. And I called her daughter. Daughter. Do you hear that word? Do you understand what it means? For 12 years, she had been called unclean, cursed, broken, untouchable, rejected, defiled, outcast. But I called her daughter. I called her mine. I called her beloved. I called her family. In front of everyone, publicly, boldly. I claimed her as my own. And then I said, your faith has healed you. Your faith. Not my random decision to heal someone that day. Not luck. Not chance. Not accident. Your faith. The faith that made you push through the crowd. The faith that made you reach out. The faith that refused to give up. The faith that believed one touch could change everything. Your faith has made you whole. Go in peace. Your suffering is over. Can you imagine the weight that lifted from her shoulders in that moment? 12 years of suffering, over. 12 years of shame, gone. 12 years of isolation, finished. 12 years of rejection, erased. She walked into that crowd as an outcast. She walked away as a daughter. She came in shame. She left in honor. She arrived broken. She departed whole. My beloved child, do you see it? Do you see yourself in her story? You have been suffering too. Maybe not for 12 years. Maybe it has been longer. Maybe it has been shorter. But it has been long enough. Long enough to feel forgotten. Long enough to wonder if your prayers are reaching me. Long enough to spend everything you have emotionally, physically, financially, trying to fix what only I can fix. You have gone to every resource, every solution, every person who promised they could help. You have tried everything you know to try. And still, the problem remains. Still, the pain lingers. Still, the breakthrough has not come. You have prayed for your health to improve. Nothing changed. You have prayed for your finances to turn around. Still struggling. You have prayed for your family to be restored. Still broken. You have prayed for your peace to return. Still anxious. You have prayed for your strength to renew. Still exhausted. And the enemy whispers the same lies he whispered to her. You are forgotten. You are cursed. If God loved you, he would have answered by now. You are too broken to be healed. You have waited too long. You have suffered too much. It is too late for you. But I am here to tell you something. Those are lies. Lies from the pit of hell. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are my beloved child. I see you. I have always seen you. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of pain. I see it all. And I am not distant. I am not uncaring. I am not ignoring you. I am setting up your miracle. That woman thought she was reaching for me. But the truth is, I was reaching for her. I was not passing through that town by accident. I orchestrated every detail of that day. The crowd, the timing, the exact moment she pushed through, the position where she could reach me. It was all arranged by me. She thought she was taking a desperate chance, but I was setting up her miracle. Every step she took toward me, I was drawing her. Every moment of her suffering, I was preparing her deliverance. The delay was not denial. It was divine setup. The waiting was not abandonment. It was purposeful preparation. And that is exactly what I am doing in your life right now. You think you are just trying to survive, just trying to hold on, just trying to make it through one more day. But I am setting up your breakthrough. The delays you have experienced are not denials. They are setups. I have been arranging circumstances, moving people, shifting situations, orchestrating details, all so that at the perfect moment, everything will align, and you will encounter my power in a way you never have before. What looked like a detour was actually the path. What felt like abandonment was actually preparation. What seemed like silence was actually the sound of me working behind the scenes on your behalf. Let me tell you what you are not, my beloved child. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible. You are not a disappointment. You are not too damaged. You are not beyond help. You are not cursed. You are not rejected. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not worthless. You are not hopeless. Now let me tell you what you are. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. You are chosen. You are cherished. You are my masterpiece. You are my beloved. You are mine. You are being healed. You are being restored. You are being delivered. You are being renewed. The exhaustion you feel, I am about to lift it. The burden you carry, I am about to take it. The pain you have endured, I am about to turn it into purpose. The tears you have cried, I am about to turn them into joy. The shame that has covered you, I am about to replace it with my glory. The lies you have believed, I am about to shatter them with my truth. The isolation you have felt, I am about to replace it with community. The rejection you have known, I am about to replace it with acceptance. The weakness you experience, I am about to replace it with my strength. You have been praying for healing. I am about to give you wholeness. You have been praying for provision. I am about to give you abundance. You have been praying for relief. I am about to give you rest. You see what you need. I see what you need and what you are becoming. You see the problem. I see the solution. You see the delay. I see the divine timing. You see the mountain. I see the miracle. You see the impossibility. I see the opportunity. You see the end. I see the beginning. You see failure. I see preparation for success. The symptoms you have been dealing with, they do not intimidate me. The diagnosis you received, it does not limit me. The medical reports that brought fear, they do not define your future. I am the God who created your body, every cell, every organ, every system, every nerve, every bone, every muscle. I designed it all. And what I created, I can restore. I am not impressed by what doctors say is impossible. I specialize in impossible. I am the one who made blind eyes see without surgery. I made deaf ears hear without medicine. I made paralyzed legs walk without therapy. I made dead bodies rise without explanation. I made lepers clean without treatment. I made the lame run without rehabilitation. So do not let anyone tell you that your situation is beyond hope. With me, nothing is beyond hope. Nothing is too hard. Nothing is impossible. Your finances trouble you, do they not? The bills pile up. The bank account runs low. The unexpected expenses keep coming. The car breaks down. The appliance stops working. The medical bills arrive. You lie awake at night doing math in your head, trying to figure out how to make it work, trying to stretch what little you have. The stress is overwhelming. The worry is constant. The pressure is unbearable. But listen to me, my child. I am the God who multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed 5,000 people, with 12 baskets left over. I am the God who made a widow's oil pour until every jar was full. I am the God who made a coin appear in a fish's mouth. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Every good thing comes from me. Every provision flows from my hand. Every blessing originates with me. And if I take care of the birds who do not sow or reap, how much more will I take care of you? You are worth more than many sparrows. You are my beloved child. Stop trying to figure it out on your own. Stop carrying the weight of provision. That is my job. Your job is to trust me. Your job is to obey me. Your job is to seek my kingdom first. And I promise you, everything else will be added unto you. The provision you need is already on its way. The breakthrough in your finances is already in motion. The door of opportunity is about to open. Trust me. The loneliness you feel, it cuts deep, does it not? You can be surrounded by people and still feel utterly alone. No one seems to understand what you are going through. No one seems to see the pain behind your smile. You feel invisible, even in a crowded room, even at family gatherings, even at church. You feel like no one really knows you. No one really sees you. You sit in church surrounded by people and feel completely alone. You attend family dinners and feel like an outsider. You answer the phone and still feel isolated. But my beloved child, I see you. I see you when you are in the crowd. I see you when you are in your room alone. I see you when you are smiling. I see you when you are crying. I see you when you are strong. I see you when you are weak. I see every version of you, and I love every version of you. I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am Emmanuel, God with you. I am closer to you than your own breath. I am in you. I am with you. I am for you. I am surrounding you. You are never, ever alone. When you wake up, I am there. When you lie down, I am there. When you eat, I am there. When you work, I am there. When you cry, I am there. When you pray, I am there. When you drive, I am there. When you sit in silence, I am there. There is no place you can go where I am not. There is no moment when I am not with you. You may feel alone, but you are not alone. That is a lie. The truth is, I am always with you. The fear that grips your heart about the future, release it to me. You do not know what tomorrow holds, but I do. I have already been to your future. I am already there, preparing the way, making straight paths, opening doors, removing obstacles, arranging blessings. The uncertainty that torments you does not torment me. I know every detail of what is coming. I know every challenge you will face. I know every blessing you will receive. I know every person you will meet. I know every opportunity that will come. And I promise you this, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Where you go, I go. What you face, we face together. Every battle, every trial, every storm, I will be right there with you, holding your hand, guiding your steps, fighting your battles, clearing your path, and we will make it through, not because you are strong enough, but because I am. Your family concerns weigh heavy on your heart, do they not? The grown children who have walked away from the faith, you raised them in church, you taught them to pray, you read them Bible stories, and now they do not call, they do not visit, they have chosen a different path. The grandchildren you worry about, growing up without knowing me, without going to church, without hearing about my love, it breaks your heart. The spouse whose health is failing, getting weaker, getting sicker, and you feel helpless. The relationships that are strained, the words that were said, the hurts that linger, the distance that grows. I see it all. I know every name. I know every situation. I know every need. I know every heartbreak. And I am working in ways you cannot see. Your prayers for them are not falling on deaf ears. Every prayer reaches my throne. Every tear is collected in my bottle. Every intercession is powerful and effective. Do not stop praying. Do not stop believing. Do not stop hoping. The breakthrough you are praying for is coming. The restoration you long for is on its way. The healing you desire is being prepared. Trust my timing. Trust my methods. Trust my love for them. I love them even more than you do. They are my children too, and I have not given up on them. I am pursuing them. I am drawing them. I am working in their hearts. You will see my faithfulness. Now, my beloved child, I need something from you. I need you to participate in this moment with me. I need you to stop being a passive observer of your own life. I need you to become an active participant in your miracle. There is power in declaration. There is power in confession. There is power when you speak your faith out loud. The enemy wants you silent. He wants you defeated. He wants you hiding in shame. He wants you paralyzed by fear. But I am calling you to speak. I am calling you to declare. I am calling you to proclaim. I am calling you to align your mouth with my promises. This is not about ritual. This is not about superstition. This is about agreement. When you speak my word out loud, you are agreeing with heaven. You are taking a stand. You are saying, I believe God more than I believe my circumstances. You are saying, I trust God's word more than I trust what I see. You are saying, I choose faith over fear. You are saying, I am reaching out to touch the hem of his garment. So right now, before you go any further, I am asking you to do something. Something simple but powerful. Something that will activate your faith. Something that will connect you to my power. I want you to type these exact words in the comments. Jesus, I trust your timing. My breakthrough is here. Do it now. Do not think about it. Do not hesitate. Do not let embarrassment stop you. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let pride stop you. Type it out. Jesus, I trust your timing. My breakthrough is here. This is your act of faith. This is your declaration. This is you pushing through the crowd to touch me. This is you saying, I believe. Go ahead. I will wait. Do it right now. Type it out. Let your faith be known. Now let us pray together. This is not my prayer for you. This is your prayer with me. Speak these words from your heart. Say them out loud if you can. Let them rise from your spirit. Lord Jesus, I thank you that you see me. I thank you that I am not forgotten. I am not overlooked. I am not invisible. I thank you that even in my darkest moments, you have been with me, working on my behalf, arranging my breakthrough, preparing my miracle. I confess that I have doubted you. I have questioned your timing. I have believed the lies of the enemy, lies that said I was abandoned, lies that said my situation was hopeless, lies that said I was too broken to be fixed, lies that said it was too late. Forgive me for doubting your love. Forgive me for doubting your power. Forgive me for doubting your faithfulness. Help me to trust you even when I cannot see what you are doing. Help me to believe your promises even when my circumstances contradict them. Fill me with faith that moves mountains. Fill me with hope that does not disappoint. Fill me with peace that passes understanding. Fill me with strength for this journey. Remove every fear from my heart. Remove every doubt from my mind. Remove every lie that has taken root in my thinking. Remove every obstacle in my path. I choose to believe that you are working all things together for my good. I choose to trust that your timing is perfect. I choose to declare that my breakthrough is not delayed. It is right on schedule. I declare that healing is mine. I declare that provision is mine. I declare that peace is mine. I declare that victory is mine. I declare that wholeness is mine. I declare that restoration is mine. In your holy name I pray. Amen. For more biblical encouragement, subscribe now. God bless you, my beloved child, and remember, your breakthrough is here.